Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast presented by LABATT Blue Light. Holy shit, CP. It was close. It was almost a series, but now the Florida Panthers are up.
We were 5 minutes from everything I've ever wanted on earth. And unfortunately, Dan, in either direction.
I know.
Either, the Oilers force OT. We go to OT in Alberta, in Edmonton, Game 3, Stanley Cup Finals. Dan, the lower bowl was empty at 15 minutes. And then, Dan, the people from the 400 section poured down and they filled the seats. And God bless those ushers for letting them through. And they filled the seats and it went 4-3. And we were about to get playoff OT and a McDavid goal to make this a series. Or I was about to be rich. Either scenario, Dan, it's one of the best days of my life.
CP,
and instead I get 3-0, no money.
Yeah.
Lose $500.
CP, they were up. The Panthers were up 4-1, and I still said the empty net was on the table. I was like, Knobloch's a wild, wild west gunslinger. He'll pull the goalie with a 3-goal difference. It doesn't matter. And then they made it 4-2, and then they made it 4-3, and I was like, holy shit, this empty netter is on the table like a vase with a beautiful bouquet of flowers in it. I thought we had it.
Roses, white,
and then,
blue roses, blue and orange roses.
Blue?
Yeah.
Jesus
and orange.
Christ, dude. We're talking about mutation shit. We're talking about X-Men shit here. Unbelievable. And it got ripped out of our hands. I don't know what else to say. It got ripped out of our hands. And before we even get into this game, before we even get into how electric Edmonton is, how electric that crowd was, these fans, the environment here in Canada when we're talking about hockey, we did it when we were at All-Star in Toronto. I mean, Canadian cities just do it differently. Before we even get into any of that, I'm gonna say something that's gonna surprise you.
Don't do it.
Dude, you are buzzing. You are buzzing here in Canada. Like, I hate to give it to you, man.
Wow.
But like sometimes you're just feeling it. Sometimes you've got it. The witty banter is clicking. The hair is flowing. Like your vibe is just glowing. And I don't know if it's in hockey cities or what, but like we're here. The people of Edmonton love you. You're just saying all the right things. You're cracking me up, dude. And I don't like you. I don't find you funny. I don't find you interesting. And you're like, you've been cracking me up since the second we landed. And I just don't know what it is.
There's a chance I'm Canadian.
It's possible, dude. But I'll tell you what, you're peaking. You're definitely peaking. Because like you are on fire.
Dan, that's why I need a game 6. I gotta come back. I can't just be here till Sunday, dude. I gotta come back.
You're like Jack.
Need a game 6.
You're like Jack Shepard in Lost, dude. You've never should have left
with a beard.
Yeah, you never should have left the island.
Beard Jack. We have to go back,
dude. I'm saying like you're kind of on fire.
I'll tell you what, Dan. I felt it. It's not. This isn't the first time I'm hearing this. I just feel like I got off the plane. I was really in my element right away. And, dude, I was ready to potentially be hated here. I've been the number 1 Panthers drum banger in the finals. True. I said Panthers in 5, maybe 4, Dan, and I might be right. So I was ready to get a beer dumped on my fucking head.
That's a really good way to Trojan horse a little flex that you might have been right.
I might have been right. And I was ready to get a beer dumped on my head, and it still might happen. But it hasn't happened yet. And in fact, Dan, everybody we've seen, and dude, I got to say, Dan and I this morning, we got in late last night because we got delayed. Dan and I this morning went to get our credentials. And at 10:30 in the morning, Rogers Place was already packed with people, not packed, but there was legitimately a crowd of people there in Oilers jerseys with fake cups, with car flags, with everything, dude.
Get
Just
your
like-
car flags out. Honk, honk. Dude, I've never seen so many
Dude,
car
we
flags
saw-
in my life.
We saw some all-time car flags today, Dan. I saw a guy with a standard-sized car flag.
Yeah,
in all
can we
four
point
windows.
that out?
And then a baseball park-sized car flag on
Yes.
the roof. On the roof, Dan. On the hood.
Yeah.
5 car flags.
It's unbelievable, dude. You watch these people drive around, and out of the beds of their trucks, we're seeing full-on MLB regulation-size flags flapping in the wind. That's a hazard. You'll get pulled over for that in the States,
It's a hazard.
but not here in Edmonton. They let that shit fly literally like the flag itself.
Dude, so yeah, I was impressed right away. I was like, dude, this city is ready to go at a 10 a.m., dude, ready to go at the rink. They're going to sit here for 8 hours before puck drop. And all the people, dude, everybody that came up to us, which was a great group, every single one of them, even the ones that were like, no joke, even the ones that were like, CP, you're an Oilers hater. Even they were like, pumped to have you here, dude, you're buzzing. I think maybe that is how hard I am buzzing, that I even overcome Oilers hate on the pod.
This has been one of
me still.
It's been one of the most hospitable cities we've ever visited, and I mean, I think it's hockey people everywhere we go.
Yeah,
everyone's so wonderful, so nice, so welcoming, happy to give us great recommendations. I mean, gosh, man, how cool are all of these people? Everyone we've run into here. So let's just segue that perfectly into the vibe. I mean, we get here for Game 3. You're down 0-2. We go to this awesome meet and greet with the Chicklets gang. We're at the Ice House. And that, CP, you were joking around about 10 a.m. Man, you get to Rogers Place around 2, 3. It looks like that scene from World War Z where the zombies are literally overtaking the wall. There are Oilers jerseys everywhere. I mean, like, these fans are flooding the streets. Everyone is buzzing, dude. The amount of 4-2 predictions we heard, 4-2 Oil, 4-2 Oil everywhere.
That's what we had.
And we're like, dude, yes, like, this is it. We're on fire. We're buzzing here. The energy in this downtown area of Edmonton, out at the bars, on the street, cars driving by, people playing steel drums, people blowing saxophones. I mean, good God Almighty.
Street art.
Guys
drawing shit on the streets.
We found a guy drawing the Oil logo in chalk on the sidewalk.
He's like a professional. He's like
it was Banksy, like, dude. It was Banksy. I'm convinced of it.
Da Vinci. That might have been Banksy.
It might have been Banksy, dude. You can't tell me it wasn't Banksy. Someone tell me where Banksy was. Someone tell me where Banksy was at 2 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursday, the 13th of June, and then I'll tell you that wasn't Banksy. Give me a break.
Dan, is it a coincidence that it's Connor McDavid, Connor Banks, Banksy? Is there a chance that that's how we even got here?
Hey, your little Leon rhyme thing last episode, you're getting a lot better because that was nice. This was
much better.
I wasn't kidding when I said you were a buzzing, dude. Like, even your rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
So we take that energy, dude. We take that energy on the streets, and you pointed this out. We get into the barn. We posted it on the story. I mean, dude, the intro, players coming on the ice, into the anthem. Oh, Canada.
Dude, normally, Dan, we're late. We're late because we're doing man on the street stuff. We're recording shit. You know, we're trying to get you guys some good content. Normally, we're late, dude, to be completely honest with people. Like, I usually miss puck drop when we're at these playoff games because I'm like, we're out there. We out there, dude. And I looked you in the eye, Dan. And I said, under no circumstances will I miss O Canada, period.
Yep.
Period, full stop. And we were there. And, dude, I texted our boy Max. I know you're listening, Max. I texted Max right away because me and Max and you, Dan, have been texting every Oilers game we watch. We text best 2 minutes in sports. Everyone thinks it's the Derby. Everyone thinks Kentucky Derby, best 2 minutes in sports. Wrong. It's O Canada at fucking Rogers Place. And then we were there in person, and we texted Max, chills. And he was like, I literally cannot believe you guys fucking saw that. It was amazing.
But I'll tell you what, CP. The confidence, the vibes, sky high, all the way up until the last note of that anthem. The second that puck dropped, shoulders got tense. Like,
Dan, can I show
loud.
you something?
It was loud as shit. Don't get me wrong. But, dude, tight buttholes, Chris. Yes.
Can you see this, Dan?
Yeah. No, I can't.
Look at that, Dan.
That's how small. It's like a pin needle. It's like the tip of the pin. Look at that.
Is
Tight.
light a beam or a particle?
It's a
Nobody
particle.
knows. No, it's whatever you need it to be. But unfortunately, in this circumstance, light as a beam or a particle cannot pass through the fucking sphincter of an Oilers fan 1 second into the game tonight, unfortunately. And that's a fact, dude. That is a fucking fact. I've never seen an arena go so quiet, dude. It was from so loud. The delta, Dan. The delta. It was here. They did the decibel, dude. We hit 115.
No,
We hit
still
115.
loud. It was still
No,
loud.
dude.
But the buttholes
At 20
got
minutes,
tight.
115. 1959. Bang. 50.
It was still
dead,
loud.
dead silent.
But the buttholes got tight. You could feel how
Thought I was at
tense
church, dude.
that
Thought I was
arena-
at church.
That arena was tense, man. This episode of the Empty Netters podcast is brought to you by our favorite beer in the world, not just the nation, the world, LABATT Blue Light. And it's extra special this time because we are recording from Canada. We're in Edmonton, where the LABATT Blue Light flows like the rivers of the Capistrano. It's unbelievable. It tastes delicious. It's crispy. It's cool. And it's brewed with Canadian kindness. And we know that firsthand because we're here. We're living it, folks. LABATT Blue Light is hockey's favorite beer. It's the Empty Netter's favorite beer. So it needs to be your favorite beer. So while you're watching the game at home, while you're hanging out with friends, while you're at the pub, doesn't matter. Crack a LABATT Blue Light because no beer will treat you better. Folks, taking a quick break from the podcast to talk to you about our friends at Bauer Hockey. Bauer has been the industry-leading standard in the hockey game since the beginning of time, it feels like. This is just one of those brands that when you hear, it means the thing we're talking about. It means hockey. It's like Band-Aid. It's like Escalator. It's like Chapstick. It's just synonymous with the sport because they know exactly what they're doing. And we're going to talk to you about training specifically. BauerHockey.com/training. That's what you're going to go to, and you're going to pump in that promo code EMPTY, EMPTY, and you're going to save all of your money on shipping. And when you get there, we're going to look at that digital reactor dangler. We're going to look at the digital slide board. These things are taking your stick handling and your skating to the next level because Bauer knows your game better than anyone else. Bauer Hockey is the elite of the elite, and they're going to take your game to the elite of the elite. Get on board just like us. We're decked out, tripped out, head to toe in Bauer Hockey gear because nothing touches that quality. Get on board today. And, you know, we get into the game.
We needed the first goal. We needed the first goal so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, let's break it down here. First period, couple of peepers.
Merle's bet on it, dude. I bet on it.
Yeah, we were financially invested. We were emotionally invested. We're here at Rogers. I mean, come on. Two peepers.
Did they have two in the first period?
Two peepers for the oil, dude, and you needed
Well,
one.
the fucking Panthers got a quick one.
Yeah, and it got shut down quick.
Didn't score. And
Yep.
then Sasha delay a game, and
Yep.
then Montour slashing, and
Yep.
we couldn't get one. Dude.
And you just couldn't get one, dude. You couldn't get one. And I tweeted, I was like, if you're the Oilers, you would need to get a power play goal here in the first period in your barn.
dude.
And then they
In your
didn't
own
get
barn.
it. And then, dude, you talk about teams that capitalize on mistakes. There is no one in the NHL this season who does it better than this Florida Panthers team. And one mistake was made in the first period with 1 minute left. And it was just the most bang, bang play. Just an unbelievable play. Barkov just showing why he's so elite on both ends of the ice. Gets the puck in the zone, comes up down the sidewall, bodies off the defender. I think it was Bush. Turns him around, gets the puck into Forsling, entering the zone. Forsling, great play, just puts an unbelievable pass, one tap in, bar and in for Reinhart. And how's your mother? We're up 1-0 Panthers, and it was just, dude.
Minute left.
Let me tell you what. 1 minute left in the period. That was an absolute sack tap. Like that was truly a dangling on a hot summer day. Your balls are dropped below the cock. It's an awful situation, and you get that speed bagged. That's how that feels.
Dude, you
That
act
is
like
just
I need a hot summer day. You act like I need a hot summer day for my balls to be below my cock, dude. That is crazy, dude. I
mean,
they live below my cock.
You think I'm talking about either one of us, dude? Give me a break.
Dude,
That
is
was
so good.
backbreaking. And then I'll tell you what, this is a testament to Oilers fans. I have never, honest to God, I don't think I've ever been in a quieter barn in my life. That goal went in.
Dude,
I don't know if there was a single Florida Panthers fan in that arena, because that goal went in and it felt like a funeral. It was ridiculous how quiet that place was. Ridiculous.
Dude, you know how in anybody that's listening to this that's ever been to an NBA game, certainly, but probably even seen one on TV, if the home team, if the Golden State Warriors at home hit a three, they go, Steph Curry, 4-3, and it's like this whole thing. And if Steph Curry's on the road and he hits a three, it goes like this: 3-pointer, Steph Curry. Like, that's the difference. Yeah. Dude, that I used to think was like the most exaggerated, like, home and away thing. Dude, if you weren't watching the game in the first, when that Reiner goal went in, and I can't say this about the other goals of that game, but straight up, Dan, if you weren't watching Reinert score, if you looked away for 2 seconds, you wouldn't have known a goal was scored in that game. Like, if you looked away and they went back center ice, dropped it, and then the play was going again, and you looked up, you would not know it was 1-0. It was literally, Dan, like, no, it was just consistent, dead silent. Like, the puck was passed to the middle, and then it was in, and the rink was just like, no comment, dude. I was like, oh my God.
It's just like
dagger.
It's a dagger, man. Like, I truly, again, it's credit to Edmonton fans. It's wild.
Yeah.
So
here's the other problem, dude.
Yep.
You can't. The Panthers' first period. The first period is the Panthers' worst period by a mile, dude. You cannot. We've said over and over. You can't even be tied to the Panthers going into the third, or you're dead.
You're dead.
So you certainly cannot be losing to the Panthers after one. Okay? So I was like, this is fucked to hell. And then, dude, fucking Fogle.
More like
Fogle, dude. McLovin.
More like faux goal.
Dude, so I said, bro, and for the people, all the Oilers fans listening, you guys already know this, but when Fogle scores on the Jumbotron, they put faux goal. And as a man who had McDavid first-time Edmonton goal scorer, if I had fucking been told that when Fogle scores, they put faux goal on the Jumbotron,
you might have played
I probably would have adjusted my bet. So everybody in Edmonton, next time I'm parading my candy ass into Alberta, I'm going to need a fucking heads up that faux goal goes on the Jumbotron when Fogle scores. Thank you very much.
You're right. There's no excuse. To go through the second period, because I want to get into just things that we're seeing there, and then also get into that third period. That second period starts, and like you just said, CP, Fogle gets on the board in the first 2 minutes. Huge. Like, Rogers needed that. The place went fucking nuts. Life breathed back into the building, and it lasted for just a little bit before ho-hum, first 10 minutes of the period. Silly mistake, bad defense on the sidewall. Puck gets in deep. Loose terrain and puts one in front of Vlad. Boom. Like, you give a guy like Vlad, a goal scorer like him, that chance, he's going to score every time. Then, public enemy number one, Sam Bennett gets on the board from Matthew Tkachuk. And then the man of the hour after the Draisaitl hit last game, Sasha Barkov. Boom. Gets on the board. We're up 4-1. And you go into the third period and everyone's like, this series is over. Like, the Stanley Cup has been won, and that's that.
Well, we were both saying, like I just said, you can't be tied, right, to the Panthers going to the third. So it's 1-1. You got the huge Fogle, and then we're approaching the halfway period of the second. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to get one. You got to be up 2-1. And then that Tarasenko one happens. And I was actually talking to RA and G about Tarasenko being like, I was like, God, he's giving them nothing really. And RA was kind of like, yeah, but you just hope, like, honestly, that team's so good already. What they needed for Tarasenko was like that goal in Game 6 against the Rangers. Was that Game 6? You know what I mean? Like, all you need is like that one pop from him or something, and maybe one tonight, and he gets that goal that's put you up 2-1, and that was the one, Dan, that Skinner fucking comes out of the net, and dude. that was like the number one thing everyone said to us walking out of the rink and in the suite in the moment. They were like, stay in the fucking net, dude.
I don't think.
Where are you at on that?
I don't think that was the Vlad goal.
Yeah, it was.
The second goal?
Yeah. 1-1 game, everything on the line. Lundell, literally casual forehand flip into the zone. Skinner comes out, loses it, center to Tarasenko, wide open in front of the net, shoots it into an empty net goal. In a 1-1 game, do or die.
I'm going to stand on business here for Stewie. Like, I just think he's been great. I mean, like, this was tough. You know, it was, he let in 4 goals, but as we'll get to, you know, like third period, he stays in the game. He performs. I think he's been good. I'm not going to get on him about one goal. Like, I didn't think that was as egregious as so many people did. And you know, it's not a great.
It's a killer, dude.
Dude, but it wasn't an open net. You guys are so hyperbolic.
Yes, it is,
no,
dude.
It wasn't. Send me a screenshot of Vladimir Tarasenko literally shooting into a gaping open net.
I will right now, dude.
Do it.
I'm dead ass.
Do it.
Hold up. Wait till your dumbass sees this, dude.
When it's not gaping, I'm going to
Bro,
stuff a pie in your face.
Skinner is literally not in the goal, dude. I'm looking at this.
He's literally in the crease. His skates are in the crease.
Dude. Yeah, but he's literally coming back from the corner. Like, and that he's already shot that.
But this is my point. You guys are so hyperbolic. You're literally painting it as if Skinner's behind the net still.
Well, let me fucking bring it back one more second, dude. Like, he is not in the goal. Like, here's a better one. Tarasenko has the puck here, dude. Look at this, dude. This is crazy town. And you can continue to defend Skinner. I'm not even actually that mad.
I don't need to just defend Skinner. That's not my point here. I just think that like
look at this one. Tarasenko has the puck. Like, Skinner is behind the goal line.
Tarasenko does not have the puck. You liar.
I think it's actually on the way to him. It's right at the goal line. No, but it's at the goal line. But my point is, like, Skinner is not in the net as the puck is being centered to a player on the Panthers.
And that is true. But you're going to say that this is on Skinner. Why isn't this on his defenseman? Like, that was a shit play.
But you expect, if Skinner's coming out of the net, you expect him to stop it. Period. In my opinion, you're a defenseman. You know better than me. But if your goalie's coming out of the net there, you're not ready for it to, like, leak through his stick through the trapezoid.
Well, I certainly hope it doesn't. But I'll tell you what, I am damn sure I'm not going to let happen is it leak through my goalie and then just give the offensive player a free, clear look and pass into the front of the net.
Yeah, that's like, who is that Luosterainen? Like, he beats whoever that is.
Yes.
Who is that?
We don't need to...
Like, yeah, you're right. He beats him to the puck there. But I still think he's expecting Skinner to stop. I mean, I don't think. I know he's expecting Skinner to stop it. So it's a tough one. Dude, for me, and dude, I am easily the bigger Skinner hater on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I said in our blind rankings today, I was like, he's been better than Connor fucking in this year. Like, Skinner is not the problem.
Definitely,
100%. But that one for me, and frankly, dude, I mind that less than just like a super softy, because that's like your goalie ability versus that was just like a dumbass mistake. And I'm not excusing it, but I'm like, fuck, it happens. You know, everyone's human. But just like, oh, bro, game 3, you just tied it. Like, I can't have the Panthers going up 2-1 like that.
Yeah.
I think Biz said it, dude. Remember, Biz was like, you work so hard to score against Florida. And then that happens. And you're like, okay. Like,
so we're up 4-1. If you're the Panthers and you go in and third period starts and dude, it was like you said, a lot of people had left. Like, it was a bad vibe in that arena. And pretty early, Broberg gets on the board, gets his second goal of the playoffs, and it's 4-2. But even still, like, the barn went nuts. Oilers fans went nuts, but it still felt like a tall task. And then what do you know, dude? McLeod gets the boys on the board with about 6.5 minutes left in the game, maybe less, 5.5 minutes left in the game. And it was like, oh shit, like there's a ton of time here. And for me, Chris, I don't know about you, this felt like the first time Florida got caught sleeping. I think they went into
completely.
That third period and they were like, we're done here, dude. Like,
they were planning the parade, dude.
Yeah.
They were like, where are we going?
Get your rest.
Are we staying in Lottie? Are we doing elbow room? Or are we doing 11?
Yeah.
And they were talking about it, dude.
Yeah.
And I know Barkov was like, hey, boys, keep it together here, as he's retaping his stick. But then he went to take a piss, and the rest of the boys were like, yeah, but seriously, elbow room or 11 while he's in the bathroom. And, that's just not going to cut it.
It was sleepy time for that Florida team. No question about it. And, not plenty of time left. It was all Oilers. I have not seen them dominate this series like they did in that last 5 minutes. They were all over Florida. And I truly think, on that fourth goal, they get hemmed in a little bit. Montour makes a bad play in the defensive zone. He kind of chips a puck up the boards. Edmonton keeps it in. And I said out loud to the boys, I went, Montour looks tired. This is dangerous. And then bang, bang, Kulak gets the puck in front. McLeod puts it in, and we've got a 4-3 game. And I was like, dude, Florida is sloppy enough right now, and there's enough time that this game might get tied up, and the roof is going to fucking blow off of Rogers. And, dude, not long after that, shifty little Connor, Father McDavid, enters the zone, goes out wide, and then throws a cheeky little backhand pass in front right to McLeod. And McLeod had Bob's 5-hole absolutely gaping, dude. Unbelievable. Like the gates of Valhalla themselves opened wide open. And he just couldn't get it through. And credit to Bob. Bob dropped the knee and made the save. But I was like, that pass went through, and I saw it get to his tape, and I was like, oh my God, they tied it. And just somehow Bob makes yet another save, probably the most crucial save of the fucking game. And somehow Florida holds on, and they are now up 3-0 in the series.
Dude, the swing, I can't emphasize enough the swing at the end of the second. It was like that Skinner mistake, and then the Bennett goal, which is actually like a great forecheck from Bennett and play. It was like a 2-man forecheck with Bennett and Tkachuk. Bennett gets a stick on it, swips to Tkachuk. He passes to Bennett under the bar, which I thought that was off the C bar live. Like I was like, oh shit, that would have been bad. And then like everybody was selling, and I was like, oh fuck, that went in.
Just that play by Tkachuk, dude. Oh my God. I mean,
dude, but like again, it was kind of like a nothing. Oilers have the puck behind the net, and then like boom, you lose it.
Yep.
And then 2 minutes later, bro, the Panthers have the puck deep in their zone. Flip out, the flipper chippers, strike again, flip out, bang, 2-on-1 because like the Oilers are a little pinchy, and then I think it was Erod maybe over to Barkov, fucking snipe job on like a semi breakaway. How are ya? You wish I wasn't playing, but here I am. I'm fucking ruining your life.
Yeah.
So 4-1, dude. Like we were literally like 1-1 isn't going to cut it, but you'll take it if you're Edmonton. And then JK, it's 4-1 going into the third. So I barely blame the Panthers for being sleepy, and I give so much fucking credit to the Oilers. We can get into this in a second, but I remember saying to you, like, this could be 6-1 pretty easily, and then the series is surely, I mean, it's probably over anyway, but it's like surely over in 4, I should say, if it had finished 6 or 7-1, which I thought it was going to. But then, dude, you're right. And bro, I pulled the shots up. Like, what's crazy is the shots in the first period, 13-10 Edmonton. Okay. Mm-hmm. Shots in the second period, 16-8 Edmonton, a period in which they are outscored 3-1. Cannot happen.
And a lot of those were dangerous, man. Bob was making big saves.
Yes, dude. I don't know if you've looked, can you guess what the shots were in the third period?
I would guess, it was 13 and then 16.
Yep.
I would guess like 9-2 Edmonton.
6-5 Edmonton. And like they outscored them 2-0 and had a couple chances.
It was a weird
like
period.
It's so weird because you and I both were watching eye test. We're like, the Oilers are controlling this period.
Dude, it felt like shinny. Shinny.
There's been so many other periods in this series where the Oilers had outshot the shit out of the Panthers. And I literally felt like they were the delta between the Oilers play and the Panthers play was the greatest in that third period than any other period in this series so far.
Yeah.
And the shots were 6-5. It was so weird. So I don't quite get that. But dude, I can't believe, man, the fucking barn was going insane. And I know home ice doesn't matter that much. And like, you can feed off it as a road player too. Cause you're like, I want to shut these fucks up, whatever. But I just cannot believe they didn't tie it when it went 4-3 because the place was going ballistic and they just felt like, dude, we were like, you can't get to Bob. Bob is seeing the future. That first period, fucking 1T save on Draisaitl, bro. I'm like, he's everywhere. Bob's everywhere. This is a fucking joke. He knows where you're going to be before you even know where you're going to be. But then And what was the fucking the tip was the second one. What was Broberg's? I can't even remember.
Broberg
It was
just,
like kind of like
just a
turnover.
good play. No,
yeah.
McDavid to Kulak to McLeod. And you know what, dude? I'm going to disagree with you hard here. I just think those 2 goals, not on Bob at all. Like complete. No, don't shake your head. You were blaming Bob. You were shitting on Bob. You think he's
Bob,
terrible.
He sucks. Yeah.
I just think that those were, like we said, dude, it was just sleepy, sloppy play by Florida because I think they checked out. I think they walked onto the ice on that third period and not giving a shit, and they got sleepy for the first time. But this is another reason why this Florida team is different, because even when they fall asleep at the wheel, they still pull it out. And like Bob, Bob gets 2 shitty defensive plays in front of him and 2 goals squeak by him. And he's like, well, and it happened again with that McDavid play and the pass to McLeod, and Bob saved it. And he saved multiple other ones too. Like Bob was like, you guys are playing like dickheads, and I let 2 in, sure, but I'm shutting the door now and we're winning this fucking game.
Yep.
You could see the guys going up and hugging him. And dude,
yeah.
After that third goal, when I was saying Montour looks tired, Montour, and this was a frustration, not fatigue. He was hunched over his knees with his stick on his knees, and I know he was motherfucking himself. He was like, what the fuck are we doing out here, dude? Like, why are we playing like dickheads? And that's an interesting thing, dude. When you mentally check out, when you go like this game's over, dude, it is so hard to check back in. Like, dude, you are literally looking at your reflection in the Stanley Cup after that second period, and then all of a sudden you snap your fingers and there's 5 minutes left in the third, and it's a 1-goal game. You are like, wait, what the hell just happened? And then you have to get back into this killer mindset. It's not easy. And, they figured it out. So here we are, Florida up 3-0. What were some things that you saw in that game, things that just stood out that you're like, holy shit, about either team that, are going to pull into game 4 here, possibly the end of this series?
For me, Dan, the Barkov, like everybody was like, maybe Barkov won't play, but certainly even if he does, we'll be able to jumble the McDavid line away from him. We had a lot of convos today at the game, like who's Conn Smythe if it's Florida, Barkov or Bob.
Yeah.
And Barkov's doing it all off the score sheet, but not all because he scored, but like Barkov is eliminating people. Bob is like eye-popping. And I still think it's Bob for me. We were talking to Wish, and he's like, a lot of people voting for Barkov, and that's a worthy pick. It's still Bob for me, but this was a testament to Barkov, where even when they're trying to get McDavid away from him as much as possible, he has such an impact on the game. The other one is, and we were talking to Army about this, you've got to score a power play goal if you're the Oilers. Another 0 for 3, and it sucks. Or maybe Witt said this, but like it sucks when you rely on it, but sometimes you rely on it. We said multiple times the Panthers kind of relied on it against the Rangers early. Like you just got to get a power play goal. And I know the Panthers power play not doing shit either, but like, dude, if you get one of those 2 first period ones, like you said, buddy, it just like changes the whole fucking dynamic of the game, man. And like, it's been your weapon all year, all fucking year. You guys score on the power play. And they haven't had bad power plays. They've had a lot of possessions, some good looks, but like, holy fuck, they cannot win the series if I told the Oilers, yo, you will not score a power play goal in this series, what do you think will happen? They'd probably go, I bet we get swept. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's about to happen, you fucking idiot. So you got to figure it out, man. You got to figure it out.
Chris, it sounds like, we talked to a few unbelievable Edmonton fans at the bar before the game. Shout out those boys. 3 of the coolest guys in the game. And I said, like they were like, what do you think tonight? And I'm going to say it now here again. I said, it's all about this game. It's all about tonight. If they win, everything is on the table. Oilers in 6, Oilers in 7 is on the table.
Yeah.
If they lose, it's over. And again, that comes with a no shit, Sherlock. Like you're down 3-0. And I don't mean like if they win this, it's over, because look at the series. It's 3 games to none. It's a flow thing. It's a momentum thing. Like the way these games are going. Because I was like, if Florida wins, it's going to be because we're seeing the same recipe, like you just said with the power play. And right off the bat, dude, first period, like I said, I tweeted out, you have to fucking score on this power play if you're Edmonton. And that's another one that sounds obvious, right? Like you got to get the PP going. But I'm saying that in the first period, dude. If you don't score on those first period 2 PP chances after you killed one of theirs, you have lost in the first period. And that happened, and they lose. And it's like Jesus, man, this recipe that Florida is cooked up, it's crazy. And you're so right about Barkov. You're so right about Bob. The one for me, and I appreciate you leaving it to me because he's been my guy all playoffs. He's been my guy this series. My unsung hero of this series and these playoffs, my Conn Smythe, the DP Conn Smythe, is Gustav Forsling.
Yeah.
He is all over the ice for Florida. All over the ice. He's obviously crucial in that first goal to Reinhart. He's on the score sheet. But what I'm talking about is you go back and you look at cups. You look at when Vegas beats Florida last year, and you have to look at guys like Petro. You have to look at guys like Shea Theodore. The defensemen that stand up against the big dogs on the other team. Goose is going up against McDavid and Draisaitl. And if you, I beg you, if you were a student of the game, go back and watch some of those power plays. Go back and watch the long stints of zone time that Edmonton has, and watch Gustav Forsling's footwork against McDavid. He is with him step for step. Do you have any idea how hard that is? This guy, we talk about the ways that McDavid's not getting the space that he normally does, the ways that power play, the wheel around, the kick outside, all of those things aren't working like they usually are, and a huge part of that is Gustav Forsling. This guy is just out of his mind right now, and it's getting the blood pumping straight to my nethers, dude. Straight to the nether regions.
My plums.
Like watching a defenseman play in that way against the best player in the world, it gives the plums a nice bluish hue.
Taking a tiny break from the pod to tell you guys about our partnership with BetMGM. You're all over this. You already know. But listen to me right now. If you sign up for BetMGM and you use promo code NETTERS, that is NETTERS, and you make a wager from $5, and I am not kidding you when I say this, to $1,500, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. If you win your money. That's awesome. If you lose, BetMGM puts that money that you bet back into your account. It's insane. It's like it was gone, and now it's back in thanks to BetMGM and promo code NETTERS. So I literally do not know what you're waiting for. Drop everything right now. Come back to the pod after, but go sign up for BetMGM immediately. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. Or visit www.1800gambler.net for West Virginia. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Dude,
Unreal.
I can't figure out what the fucking, I mean, maybe the answer is Bob's too good, but it's like part of me's like, Oilers, you got to put more on net. They're too cute. They're making these backdoor passes. Panthers, sticks and lanes. You got to get more on net.
Yeah.
But then I look at them like, you had 40 fucking shots. Like, they're getting pucks on net. Like, do they need a few more? Sure, but like, they're not shooting. It's not like they shot 10 times today. So it's a really tricky one. Here's, dude. Sometimes, man, we're guilty of it. Everybody's TNT, ESPN, everyone's guilty of it. When you are and I don't even want to call us like hockey analysts. We're just two dudes that love hockey.
We're a couple hockey fans
hanging with you guys. But the hockey media, the hockey analysts feel the need to do our job and say what's happening, right? People coming to us like, what's going on? Who's got to be better? Who's got to figure it out? What's broken? What's working? Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes, dude, sports are very simple.
Yeah.
It's a complicated thing, but sometimes sports are simple. Can I tell you this, Dan?
Tell me it.
3 games in the Stanley Cup Finals 2024. 4 goals in 3 games. First of all, that's not going to cut it just from a numbers thing. Second of all, Ekholm, Foegele, Broberg, McLeod. Dude, people asking us in the streets, what's wrong? What are the Oilers going to do? McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman have to score goals.
Bouchard
has to score. Like, this is not like fucking rocket science
no.
that you need
like,
any fucking media to break down for you. those guys have to score
I know.
for you to win.
I know.
Like, what did I just say to you, Dan, when I was like, if I said you don't score a power play goal, what do you think happens? If I had said McDavid, Draisaitl, Nuge, and Hyman and Bouchard won't score, what do you think happens? They go, we would get fucking swept. And you are about to get swept. And you will get swept unless those guys score on Saturday. And that is all, dude. That is all I have to say about it.
Listen, he's got 3 points. He got 2 assists today, but my McDavid over 40 points bet, like, I am working out in a...
You are about to be in a thong on Muscle Beach.
Yeah. I'm about to be working out in a Borat G-string on Muscle Beach fast.
Yeah.
This is just looking so bad for me. I believe in him, though. I believe in him.
Okay, I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
Because it's just you and maybe Nobby and Lauren and his mom. That's it.
I'm happy to be in that camp.
You 4, dude.
I'll be in that camp, I mean, literally all day. That's a fucking great dinner party.
That's a squad. That's a squad. I will give you that.
Listen, Panthers fans are pumped. We as hockey fans, we want this to go the distance. We want this to go 7 games. It was awesome being in Rogers. I can't wait
it's not going 7.
I agree. It's not going 7. I can't wait to be there on Saturday. It's just a testament. It's another testament to how good this Florida team is. It's the chalk, man. They were the chalk at the beginning of the year. Yep. I am so impressed with everything they're doing, and there's not much else to say. I mean, like, I feel like we had a few. Oh, the refs this, the refs that early in this series. I don't think you can say shit in this game. I know that there are some people who wanted a trip in the third period there after it was 4-3. I thought that was soft as shit. I really love the refs not calling that.
No penalties on period. I love it.
Yeah, like that would have been ass, and I don't think that was a trip. That was a straight up game. I love the fight. It was awesome for the fans, and it was great for the team. Don't lay down. I do think there's something to be said. Like,
I still feel good about Saturday because of that third period. That's what I was going to say earlier. Like, if they had finished 6-1, it's over.
That was great fight.
That third period was great. I still think the Oilers win Saturday.
That was great.
Straight up think the Oilers win Saturday.
I love that. That was great fight. I just the one thing for me is how clearly the Panthers were not playing.
Yeah.
Like, that was not straight up hockey. That wasn't 5v5. Like, ooh. All of a sudden, it was like, I don't even know if Barkov, Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, and Reinert were on the ice. Like, they were, But we'll see. It's going
Cup in the building Saturday, dude.
It's going
Cup in the building.
It's going to be a wild situation. Cup is going to be in the building at Rogers on Saturday. We're going to be in the building for the next couple of days here. We're in Edmonton. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. There is still life in this city. There's still life in this team. So stay tuned with us. Hop on the YouTube. We're going to be dropping a lot of fun stuff there. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, on IG if you're not already. Spread the word. Share the pod. Let's all join in on this run here as we close out our time, at least for this game, next game in Edmonton here. But wild stuff, dude. Like you said, Lord Stanley going to be in Edmonton on Saturday.
Present.
And until we see you then,
top guys got to finish, but also skate hard. But top guys got to finish, but also skate hard.